have, Predictive Discovery, is West Africa's next Tier 1 gold mine in Guinea. Basically, we've got a 3.65 million ounce resource at 1.56 grams per tonne in an $1,800 optimised pit shell. And that resource is continuing to grow. We're ramping up on our drilling programs. We're building up the team. And this is all happening in Guinea, and the team will be focused and based in Guinea. Guinea has a well-established mining culture. A lot of people forget that. You've had Anglo Ashanti operating there for in excess of 20 years. You've got NordGold across at Lifa. You've got major bauxite mining, and you've also got the iron ore areas coming online. Like just a few weeks ago, Rio Tinto announced that they were finally going to go ahead with Saman. So that's a very, very, another big tick, positive tick for Guinea. So basically, just a quick summary, we've got $13 million cash in the bank at the moment. And this is our team at the moment. Simon Jackson joined recently as the non-exec chair, Stephen Michael, non-exec director, myself as MD. Paul steps down at the end of June, and we'll go off and have a well-earned break. Then building up the team itself, I've got Pierre Lowe coming in as Chief Financial Officer. Pierre worked with me previously. Malatul Baldi, she's the country manager. Again, she worked with me previously. She's also been working in the government of Guinea for the last 5 years. Amy's continuing on with the company. He's going to be looking after more of a regional exploration. Norm Bailey, again, worked with me before. Norm is looking after all the resource drill out at Bankan. Chris Borum's joining as our project feasibility manager. Again, Chris also worked with me in a previous time. Very experienced open pit, underground, mine developer, etc. And he's going to be looking at all the options of how we develop and take this project forward. Then we've also got Andre Peters, who's joined as our ESG manager. Andre has previously been working in Guinea with some of the bauxite producers and is very familiar with everything we need to do on the ESG front. So, important thing for us, great deposit, a deposit's going to grow, is also addressing ESG. We've got the baseline studies underway. We appointed Critical Resources, ERM, out of London to help us out at the start of the year, where we did a workshop, we developed an ESG action plan, and now from that, with Andre managing it, we've got all the baseline studies starting on the ground as we speak, which are being overseen by Critical Resources. Biotope is doing the work on the ground along with Insuco for the social and population studies. I've talked about Guinea. Guinea, it's got a straightforward mining code, 5% royalty, 15% free carry from the state. Mining's been going on in Guinea for a long period of time. It's well established. And where are we located? The Bankan Project is on the margin of the Siguiri Basin, on the western side of that Siguiri Basin. And as I said before, we've got Siguiri there, we've got Lifa there, we've got Trike, Kaninko, all gold mines that are in production or coming on into production. Bankan Project, 3.65 million ounces, continuing to grow. We will be coming out with another resource update at the end of June. We're going to cut off and provide a resource update. Then with the drilling that we've got planned, we'll do another resource update at the end of December, and then another resource update at June next year. Straightforward mine when we ran the optimisation. Basically, the pit took out at $1,800, took out the entire resource. Obviously, since then, we've continued to drill at depth below that, and we've got what we call the red tongue that is continuing down. And we've now drilled 550 metres vertically below surface, so holes down 850 metres, and showing there's a continuation of this high-grade area 200 metres below the base of the current optimised pit. So, as we call it internally, we call it the beast. This beast is going to grow. We've done the preliminary met test work, conventional leach recoveries, 94 to 98% recoveries, straightforward CIL type processing plant. Again, you can see the optimised shell there, and you can see that high-grade tongue that's continuing down underneath. And some of those white holes, and one of the rigs is going to be focused on just drilling those particular holes. We've just ramped up the drilling. We've got 6 rigs about to be operating. There's 5 currently. We're going to be also doing expansion work, a close-based drilling program on Bankan itself. so that we can understand the short-term variability, and then we can determine what is the optimum pattern that we have to drill this resource out at. So it's, again, it's exciting times. And you can see some of those intercepts at depth, 41 metres at 5.2 grams a tonne, 14 metres at 6.8, 26 at 1.7, 24 at 1.7, etc. There's a very high-grade core that continues on below what will be the open pit. The scenario for us, the challenge we've got, is to work out what is the best way to attack this deposit. Do we do a very large open pit, or do we do a combination open pit underground, etc.? So we've got a lot of nice problems to work on. And again, if you look at this slide there, you've got Bankan and you've got northeast Bankan, and then you've got that trend running up, the major north-northwest trend. And we've got all these from the auger work that's been done by Paul and his team previously, and some of the air core. We've also got these other targets that also require follow-up on top of actually around Bankan and Bankan Creek itself. So not only have we got the big resource that's going to grow, we've got 35 kilometres of strike length that's showing these other areas that also require further drilling and further follow-up. Again, this discovery hole for Bankan was done in April of 2020, and in August 2021, 17 months, basically with 60,000 metres of drilling, the resource came out, the initial resource of, all inferred at this point in time because of drill spacing, but 3.65 million ounces. Again, a huge achievement for Paul and Amy in 17 months to drill out a resource to that level. So what are we doing now? Obviously, we've gone from a small explorer into a mid-size company, and we're continuing to grow that company. So over the course of this year, strengthened the management team, continuing to drill, looking at lifting the resource classification, working on our ESG. We are in the outer buffer zone of the Upper Niger National Park, so we've got to be working on our baseline studies and all that, so we can have that area excised from the buffer zone. We've got strong support from the Minister of Mines, strong support from the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, and this project is just going to grow. We've got the team in place now, a team of mine builders, financial people, etc., so that we can really grow and take Predictive into being what will be the next tier 1 asset in West Africa.